Hello everyone, welcome to the next session on organization level securities in Salesforce. So today we'll be talking about password policies, network access and login hours. And we'll also discussing deep into how we can manage these on a organization level as well as on a profile level. And so secondly, we'll also talking about how we can protect our systems from hackers, using these amazing tools and protect our users. So now I'll just directly log into my dev org and show you how we can, configure each of these and what are the benefits and also what are the pros and cons here.
Hello everyone. So I've logged into my dev org here. So as we are discussing the organization-wide securities with Salesforce today, let's start with some password policies. So you can go to the setup and search for password policies here. Click on the password policies. Here you see a lot of things, starting with the first one, user password expires in. So as we know, right, all the major platforms, you have a password reset policy wherein the password needs to be reset after a certain amount of days. So this is that policy here. You can start with minimum of 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 180 days, 1 year, or you can also mark it as never expires. Now, never expire should not be used because if there is a leak in your password, you won't get to know, and some other person might be using it. So password policies allow you to secure your users. I understand that it is basically a username password flow, and everybody can log in with the same password. But in case of any hacking, external hackers, this is a great way to protect your account. So I would recommend using at least like 90, 60, 180 days, but do use it. 90 days is the ideal one. Okay, so enforce password history. So it enables you how many passwords you want to remember. So it says okay, 3 passwords remembered. So you cannot use the previous 3 passwords. Then there's something called as minimum password length. You can put it at whatever you want. So minimum password length must be between 5 to 50 characters. So you can start with 8, 10, whatever you feel like. Then password complexity requirements. This basically gives you you need to have alphanumeric characters, or you need to have alpha character, numeric character, and special characters, or whatever you want. You can select out here. Just keep it a bit tight so that there's no chance of hacking there. Okay, so a password question requirements. So there's a security question. Sorry, not a security question, a password question requirement, wherein you can, select that it cannot contain the password, because sometimes, some users they just put in their password in the question. So that is really risky. Anybody can log in. So please avoid that. Then you have maximum invalid attempts. You can keep it to maximum of 10, or you can put a no limit as well. But again, the like 10 or 5 is the recommended one, so that anybody who knows the password should not be attempting 10 times, right? So that is something that they can be monitored. Okay. So here we have a lookout effective period. Again, you can start with 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or 60 minutes, or you can mark it as forever, whatever is you want. But again, 15, 30 minutes are the recommended options here. Then you can use obscure security answers for password resets. This can be checked in case you want to have a stricter password reset policy. Then you can make this as check if you want to have like a minimum 1 day password lifetime. Then this can be checked here. So these are few of the password policies which can be used to strengthen your system. We also have similar kind of password policies on profile. So for if you want to say certain users you want to make it stricter, certain users you want to like loosen it out, you can go to the profiles here, search for password. Sorry, my bad. Search for password policies, and you can update them here also. Please note that this will only apply to the profile specified here. So for example, you want to go to a system admin and you change the password policies. It will only apply to the profile which you are changing it for, and not the entire org. But if you do it from here, it will do it for the entire org. Now, if you have set a org wide password policy, and then you also set it on a profile level password policy, a profile level password policy holds the precedence. So please make a note of that. Okay. Now next thing, what you can do is you can go to network access here. And then you can start, you can probably add the trusted IP ranges. So for example, your organization has a static IP offered by a vendor. So you can use probably the static ID and IP, sorry, and you can add that, what is the start IP, what is the end IP, so that nobody outside this range can log in without a verification code. Yeah. So how this works is, if your IP is within the specified IP ranges, you need not have the verification or a token which is required, verification code which is required for the login. But there's another hack here. If you go to the profile level, right, and on profile, if you see here is login IP ranges. If you specify that on the profile, even if you have the security code, you won't be able to log in. So this is a great tool in case you want to strengthen your security for, say, some sales agents or service guys. You can probably add the IP ranges here, and they will not be able to log in from any other device except for the system provided by the organization. So this is again a great tool. Suppose you want to have login hours specified. Say you want your service people to only log in at a specific time. Say you want, okay, Sundays they should not log in. Keep it as none, or you can specify, right. And then on Monday you can probably say, okay, I want to log in from 10 a.m. and go to, say, 7 p.m., right? So you can specify this for all the days, and this makes it a lot easier to strengthen your security, and nobody can log in except for the working hours. So this is also a great hack to uh, prevent any thefts or misuse of the system here. Then talking about a couple of other things here. So in case you want to mark as password never expires, you can do it here on the profile level. This is basically sometimes required for the REST API users, which are only API users. So that is one use case where you can think of using this. Otherwise, this is not a recommended approach here. And also session timeout, active as session timeout. This is also really important. So mark it as appropriate, and don't leave it forever. Otherwise, they can misuse the tokens and play around with that. So this is really important. Put it to maximum like 2 hours or 8 hours. Don't make it 24 hours. That is a way too much for a system to get hacked. Okay, so these were some org level things which you can do in order to protect your system. And then talking about health checks, right? So we can go to the setup, search for health checks, and this gives you an entire description of what needs to be taken care of, what is compliant, non-compliant, what are the critical things. So you can go here, identify what are critical. Like I have these three top are the critical ones, and fix that. So this gives you a really great idea of where the system is heading to. It says a percentage good, and so it is 70% secure. Just monitor that as well, and you'll be great with the Augward security. That was it for today. Next session we'll be talking in detail about the object level security, profiles, permission sets, and how to maintain, how to manage some best practices. So see you there.